The world's not a kind or simple place, no matter how hard books and adults try to make it into. That's why reading this book, Looking for Alaska, is so important, because it doesn't do that. It shows how the world really is, messy and chaotic. The characters in this book, they do morally ambiguous things, such as drinking and smoking, but they do this to further their characters and the plot itself. And it's because of this that this book has to be read. One of the reasons Looking for Alaska is controversial is because of how much smoking takes place within the book. But that smoking isn't just there for show. It should further develop characters, such as Alaska. In a scene where everyone is smoking, she says, "Y'all smoke to enjoy it, I smoke to die." That gives the reader the first real glance at who she is as a person, how deeply unhappy she is. A different situation where a similar thing applies is when everyone gets caught smoking, and then Pudge discovers that loyalty is everything at Culver Creek. When discussing Looking for Alaska, you have to talk about the scenes in it that some people call pornographic. The people who call these scenes pornographic have either A, not read the full book and guessed the passages, or B, do not possess the literary prowess to understand those scenes are in there to contrast the scenes that have no emotional connection between the characters and have sex in it, and the scenes that do have emotional connectedness between the characters. And it's clear by the award for excellence for young readers that doesn't take away from the final meaning of the book. Stooks, this book has enough metaphors for any English teacher, even you. The first major metaphor in Looking for Alaska is the great perhaps. To Pudge, the great perhaps is something new and unexperienced, something he knows he has to find. A side metaphor Looking for Alaska is the lake Pudge is tossed into, because water can often mean rebirth, and Pudge, in a way, is looking for rebirth in the great perhaps. So it's assumed that John Green means that Pudge is being reborn at Culver Creek. The main metaphor in Looking for Alaska is the labyrinth. The labyrinth is life itself, and it's a question of whether you want to escape life and all the hardships you might face, or whether you enjoy the twists and turns and seeing it where it takes you. It's a similar question to whether the glass is half empty or half full. It's just a personal question. The book explores both of these ideas through the contrasting personalities of Pudge and Alaska. Alaska with how she pretends she's happy, but in the end she's actually just miserable and sad. And Pudge, who is at the beginning seeking something new and finds it, and is enjoying where it takes him. Stooks, this book could very well be one of the most important books that high schoolers read all year because of its recent release date, because it's an old classic that people have seen and it's uninteresting.